Now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Corey Thompson.
And we are watching this storm system off to our southwest as our big weather maker over the next 24 hours. That first push of snow that moved through this evening, that was on the leading edge of some slightly warmer and slightly more moist air, and that is not the end of it. There is a break, but then more will be developing. We already see some precipitation out that way off to our south and west. Now, your first alert highlights snow here in orange. That period of heavy to moderate snow really has ended this evening, and so we have that period of time where some snow showers are possible, some slick roads remain possible too. But it's tomorrow morning in particular that we're watching for the snow to pick back up. Winds will also pick back up after turning a little bit lighter overnight. Gusts will get back above 20 miles per hour and probably stay there for a while as we head through Saturday and into Sunday. Now, winter weather advisory is in effect for almost the entire TV9 viewing area. Henry and Louisa County technically not included, but you're not totally out of the woods for wintry precipitation either. But this is the place where the impacts from this system will be most likely to be at least disruptive for a period of time. Now, here's pinpoint Doppler radar live showing that band of snow moving off toward Wisconsin and Illinois, causing slick roads out that way. A few of those small areas of flurries, like we said, still lingering behind. If we pull back and look off to the south and west, there is rain falling in northwest Kansas, some snow in southern Nebraska, and this little band of snow here in northeast Nebraska into northwest Iowa. This one is the one that could move into northeast Iowa as we go through the nighttime hours. This is with that area of low pressure, and as that gets closer, that's the factor that we're watching for your Saturday. Now, road conditions out there still partially covered across most of the TV9 viewing area again. Interstate 80 and 380, both looking pretty good until you get north of Cedar Rapids. That's where the heavier snow fell this evening in terms of getting some accumulation out of it, and that's where roads may take a little while to get fully back to seasonal. Now, tonight, temperatures will be in the upper teens to mid-20s, coldest up in the north, warmest down the south. Chance of snow there, but lesser as we go through the nighttime hours. And then tomorrow, things start to pick up again. So here we are in Pinpoint Futurecast. There's the batch of snow to our east. There's that band of snow that could develop to our northwest. And by 11 o'clock, some areas north of Highway 20 dealing with some of that snow, and then a bit more as we go through the night. But notice by 4 o'clock, it starts to fill in a little bit more to the south. And a little bit of mixed precipitation gets involved in our far south. Now, a little bit of freezing rain may sneak in down toward Washington and Mount Pleasant thanks to some warm air moving in aloft. That could cause that precipitation to melt and then refreeze as it falls toward the ground. North of there, snow, likely a fairly wet snow in nature, will be starting to fill in, and that will be giving those slick roads a possibility during the morning into the latter portion of the morning too. So by the time we get toward lunchtime and beyond, our northern zones start to get out of the area of precipitation, but then we watch the south and east for additional snow in the afternoon. Not a promise that it's going to last that long. In fact, there's still a good amount of uncertainty with this system, even this close to it moving through. And so it is a possibility, not a guarantee, that those areas remain snowy through the afternoon. Some flurries linger into Saturday night into Sunday. Now here's our snowfall forecast. Our overall picture is calling for 4 to 6 inches total, including that evening snowfall and what happens tonight and tomorrow, generally north of Highway 20. 2 to 4 inches are possible south of there, traced to 2 in the far south. Notice our confidence meter is still on the lower end here. That's because there is still a decent amount of uncertainty here. Consider this perhaps the worst case scenario that we could see here, although there are some possible reasons why we may even see some slightly higher totals embedded within this in smaller bands. It's just a very tricky system, unfortunately, to forecast. We're giving it our level best. It does look like we're going to see some slick roads develop, and so we just want you to be aware of that, your first alert to that as we head to Saturday. Temperatures on Saturday will be in the 20s and low 30s. Snow is likely with this system too. Now, as we head towards Sunday into next week, much colder air will be on the way. We're going to turn below normal and stay quite a bit below normal during this time frame. In fact, we're not going to turn that around until we get toward the tail end of next week. We may actually get temperatures back closer to normal. So settle in for what will likely be some pretty wintry weather.